Alright peeps, welcome back to the MiGly Plays channel. We're in a very dry fireside here. Now that may or may not have something to do with the fact that I built a whole second housing estate on the back of our first housing estate last episode, leaving me with 29 beavers with now today and absolutely no water whatsoever. So before we resume the game, we need to dive down a couple of layers here. Pause this sluice. I'll close it, to be more correct. I'm going to unpause these two water slopers, because we need all the water slopage we can bloody get. So we're going to cram as many as we can right in here. And yeah, I bloody accidentally rotated the camera at the end there, but at least it was at the end, if nothing else. That's a maximum priority for your beavers. And since I'm prioritising all of these by haulers, as well as all of these automated water pumps selected by... as well as all of these automated water slopers selected by haulers, does have me thinking that 20 haulers is near enough. So why didn't we dive down into an industrial estate where we've got loads of space and start plonking doing some rows of haulers. Now this is just a temporary hauler situation, so we'll leave it as is. I'm going to bring down the priority of these last bits of the housing estate here, just to ensure that we get all of this stuff built first. Oh, and yeah, I'm going to be opening 3 of these sluices and all, so we get all the water out of here. So why didn't we unpause the game? See the water start coming out of those sluices? Fill up because we've got the lower sluice closed. Gone all the way through the top sluices. Doing the original river channel that we got covered up. Out the bottom sluices. Start spinning the power wheels of these automated water slopers. And finally, start sloping up all the water. And make the fields green, that's a canny bonus. But yeah, we're gone. Let's come back into speed 1. We've got the water. You know what? I want these grafters working immediately. Doing to height 0. Get them out. Look at all these thirsty beavers. Oh my! Every beavers! Rita, Yenna, we need this water. Every beaver is just dying of thirst. How close are you to dying though? Not too bad, but this thirst bar doesn't go all the way down, I don't think. And some of them are definitely further along than others. Chatterer, pal, get yourself some water. Get around, get the water where you can, mate. There's water over here. Stop doing your job. Slurp up some bloody water. Well, that Speedy Up Bit went a bit sideways, didn't it? The auto-save knocked the bloody tracking off. But old mate here is finally going to slurp some bloody water from 2 different slopers. That's how thirsty he was. Oh, and I completely forgot about this. Oh, no. If I had remembered. Ooh, look how fancy. Oh, do. I'm in a scary place. I'm in a scary place. Can I hop back up at all? I was just about to say I forgot all about these beavers and their bloody fancy cupcake tails. Therefore, I forgot to fix the bloody cupcake so it's still stretched. Where is he? Oh, the baby beaver doesn't have one. There's a beaver with a cupcake tail. They've just been slurping some water. They're coming out. Oh, mate, you're a speedy beaver when you're hydrated, like. No. Oh, thankfully there's a bloody thing there. I didn't connect these powers together. Right, that's a maximum priority job on our beavers. Maybe even. Let's have a look at this. Temporarily bring all of this down in priority. Speed 4 until this power shaft's in. And then get all of this back to maximum priority. Including that little hauling post there. You know what, actually, these are starting to fill up. High priority of these. Speed 4 until this hauling post's in. And now that hauling post's in, we can go ahead. Oh, the beaver's already built up here. Well, most of up there anyway. Did I forget to put a bloody path in? What am I like? Get connected, beavers, so you can start sloping away up here. Well, technically doing there, but didn't tell the beavers that. Oh, read. We need to start storing more water. 1.85. Let's close these 2 sluices here. Let's dip on underground, and I'm still doing on the level. But let's dip down, open up this water source, and when we go back to speed 3, you'll see the water stops flowing into the river. That's why I wanted to get some water in the river so we can slurp away. But it's actually filled up pretty much straight away. Look at this canal fill. It cans, it fills, and it makes all of these trees nice and green. Look at the beavers planting away there. Something else I'm seeing here is we've got beavers grafting away in the Drought excavator. And as you can see here, we are absolutely piled to the sky high pie when it comes to the Drought. We put any more in there, it just starts flowing out the back of the map. So I'm going to need to build some sort of big old Drought dump onto here. And here we are. I'm going to plop the last bit of my little Drought dump in. And the last bit, oh, I think I need a bit of dirt underneath it, don't I? I had dirt in here, but I deleted it because I was like, I'd rather have more water volume, you know? And I still think that way, so I'd rather have more water volume and pop a platform on there for a handy dandy sluice to sit on. And there's definitely not going to be any clothes above downstream depth on this, laddie. It's always open. And I ended up replacing those bloody stairs because I want to blow up a bit of dynamite here, and the easiest way to do that's by putting those stairs back in. But beavers can only reach a couple of blocks high. They're not the lankiest of creatures, so we do need to sort out a little bit of access for them. And of course we're gonna plonk ladders to do that with. And this is definitely a path with railing situation, like across the top while they're building all of this. And I had myself a mild freak out because I didn't have me side platforms, but then I remembered, terrain blocks to the rescue! Now we can get beavers round all the corners here. Right, beavers, you've got something to do with your door now, if naught else. And am I seeing right? On my log storage all the way up. Right, planks, get out of there, your new log storage, because there's plenty of plank storage in there. It was only ever a temporary affair anyway. But how are we doing here, beavers? 2.4k water, I'm liking the look of that. How's our underground tank doing? Let's have a squeeze. Oh, it's empty. Beavers, you need to fill that laddie up, like. Damn, the water looks blue. Has it always looked this blue, or is it just me? I mean, I'm also pretty confident that these regular paths for the Emberpelts have got a red hue to them, like, so it might just be me. Yeah, nah, look at the paths, especially in the shade. They're as red as can be, those bad lads. But if nothing else, all of these are still working. How full are they getting? Oh, I was about to say not at all, but then I saw 34. But I think a beaver just took 10 out, so we're doing to 22. Now our 30 haulers are kicking along very nicely, getting all the water out of these, and most of the water out of these and all. Oh my, I just clocked how many beaver workplaces we've got. We've got 36 beaver workplaces required. Oh my, right. I think it's time to extend this wooden path down here and haphazardly plonk loads of builders' huts down. Tell you what, if we've got heaps of unemployed beavers, I should be able to... Oh, nearly walked off the edge of the cliff. I should be able to get into here, aye, and hang about with the beavers and their cupcake tails. Look at that stretchy cupcake there, man. Does make us want to chomp the tail, though. Chomp the tail. Yeah, I might be starting to see why beavers end up abandoning us whenever I hang out at the campfires with them, like. Oh, look at this first-person action. Let's see this bloody oak get chippity-chopped down to the ground. I love when you're doing here and the little leaves are just basically see-through, especially when you get proper underneath them. Where'd the leaves go? I was never supposed to see this angle. Do you have any builder beavers smacking some Dorton here yet? Not yet. I believe the builder beavers are going to be all the way over here smacking some building huts in. Aye, look at them gone. Smacking the building huts in like knee beavers business. And the more huts they build, the more builders they are. And I heard a warning during that, but it was just too good not to bloody stay in the speedy up bit. You know what? Let's do the speedy up bit and jump off. I didn't jump! And I was going to say, hopefully it's built by the time I got doing that. You know, if I'd have jumped, that would have been bloody really cool, that like. But I didn't jump, so let's slow down speed. Jump out of this mode. And we've got a drought approaching. Have we had like 5 whoa beavers? Why are you stranded? There's always one, isn't there? But at least this beaver here, nah, they're the numpty. Look, they're not even stranded and they're just still sitting there being like, oh, it's canny over here. Ah, you knew I was watching you and you were like, oh, I've got a candy stuff now. Well, I mean, they are one of the 2 unemployed beavers over here at Fireside. We got that number doing straight quick when we got 10 more haulers on the crack. Oh, battery smooths all grown up. And hauling water about. Look at this, I'll take the highlight off and he barely bloody changes. Look at him busting his way straight up the bloody ladder there. I love me some special beaver action. Like, look at the haulers gone. On an absolute mish to drop and move water about. Actually, on that, let me pop this bad lad to a supply goods as well as this bad lad to a supply goods. This underground tank here is going to be an accept goods. Or an obtain goods. Look at the haulers, they're bloody in and out like nobody's business. Oh, they're nearly full on water, that's why. Oh, very nicely done, beavers. And yeah, now this one's going to be accepting goods or obtaining goods as well. What's the complaint over here? Suspended due to excessive supply. That's all of these fancy compact water wheels, man. And the fact all the beavers have clocked off. That's probably part of it now. Oh, we got the fancy bit of roof on. Oh, it's so good. Little half roof. Alright, we need to wait for these bloody trees to grow, and then I'm going to pop a ladder up so we can... We're going to put the cock on the top. Hey, let's make that a maximum priority so it gets built before the bust and it doesn't end up not accessible. But yeah, now we'll pop a ladder stack up the middle so the beavers can get to the top and build the rest of this fancy housing estate here. Because 148 beavers is not enough. We need more than that. What? Oh, why you not got a path, pal? But for realsies though, why don't you have a path connected? Can you not connect to the side of these bloody ladders? What? Oh, something underneath it. I was very confused there when the beaver started scratching the back on the thing that didn't have a path on it, like. Ah, I can see the little hole there needs a bloody path on it. No railings though, no danger. Alright, no beavers. Oh, what can we put in here though? How about yet another unprepared tail image? Oh, I can't wait to see the beavers get that plugged on there, like. If any of yous recognise it, let us know. And if yous do recognise it, you might know where the inspiration for the map name came from. And you know what, that actually looks canny that. I'm actually keen as a bean to see a beaver get it painted on their tail, so I'm just gonna real casually hang about here until a beaver decides to rock up and start getting their fireside tail painted. Oh yeah, we're gone! We got a little baby beaver! Oh, I definitely need to adjust that. It's almost as bad as the bloody cupcake is. But let's have a... Oh, speaking of the cupcake! Right, let's dive at the front. The beavers would usually end up leaving here or sometimes from the top there. But let's hang about, see when we see the big tail. Squiggly tail, there it is! Let's go! Look at that bad lad! Oh, yes, right. I will do some editing to these tails before the next episode. I'm not going to promise it because you know what I'm like. Oh, the wild stopped us with a perfect follow. But, oh, did I see another beaver with the squiggles? Squiggle beaver! Where are you? Oh, this is a canny vantage point, like. Have I seen you? Oh, there he is. Squiggle beaver. But yeah, nah, I'll get these... Oh! And then he fell off. But yeah, nah, I'll get these beaver tails sorted for the next episode. And there's also another bit of inspiration that needs to be credited for the title of the series. Ah! Saved it. Just in time to watch another beaver get some squiggles painted. And how would they in sit rep? 1.4 days remaining. Our water storage will be full in a day. Bloody mint. How long until these are grown? Oh, they're all nearly grown. They're all nearly grown. We do have some log storage, so that's alright. And it might be worth storing some things like beets, corn, and wheat flour somewhere around here. So let's do beets, corn, and a little bit of wheat flour. And yeah, now we didn't really have any storage for like peppers and tomatoes and all the raw ingredients either, so I'm just gonna cake these up with it. And if I'm assigning all that storage, I may as well finish up the staircase to each and every one of these bad lads. And there we have our fancy little staircase connecting all of these warehouses to the bippity bottom here. I do like that, like, I like it a lot. Oh, half a day. Right, do I need to do anything? Apart from blow up these 3 dynamites, of course. Blow those laddies up. A 4th bonus dynamite, let's go. And then once the beavers pick up this rubble, I can actually, oh, hello, block. I can pop a bit of dirt on here, so there's no hole. Can I delete this? No, I can't. The sluice requires it. Ooh, these hooks are grown. These are marked for cutting everything. Actually, these trees over here need to be marked for cutting. Any of this new ground that we built up needs to be marked for cutting. Well, and plenty trees as well, by the looks of things. Well, look at all of these trees that are never going to get cut down, man. Now, I did forget to replace that good old-fashioned lumberjack flag that I plonked on earlier. So let's get you on here. And then one down here and all for these trees. Couple of maximum priority jobs, you know, as we do. But as I was attempting to say 0.3 days ago. Oh, cheers, screenshot. Let's can up here. Our canal is brimmed. It's got... Oh, hello. It's got heaps of pressure on here. And it's all thanks to... Oh, where did the world go? Oh, you zoom in a bit and the world just fecks off. Oh, I didn't know that. Handy bit of information, potentially. Potentially. Oh, that's right. I wanted to test this, but I bloody forgot. So these I've got set to 0.95, which means... I was going to say, I reckon there's water coming out of here, but there clearly isn't any water coming out of here, is there? I mean, regardless, there should be at 1 anyway. Or do I swap them out for sluices? Because when a bad tide rolls round, we're potentially going to have a bad time, you know? I mean, the only issue with sluices is we're going to have to... Oh! What a bloke! I didn't plant trees here because I knew I was going to have to do something up here. I purposely left it all green. Oh, that's not too bad. We're going to have to detonate these 3 dynamites for, I think, the 4th time. 24-day drought. I actually don't know if we're alright or not. I truly have no idea. I do know that I want to go ahead, close that bad lad. Otherwise, you know, we're going to have a bit of flooding knocking about. Not a lot, just a bit. And you know what? Since we've got some mild floodage going on here, why didn't we clear up a little bit of volume in the space? I vow to never use another beaver to slop water ever again. In Fireside, at least. Well, with all of those piles nice and conveniently in one place, I'm gonna extend our little schneck of water slurpers all the way down to our fancy little top dams here. But not before detonating these 3 bits of kabooms, deleting these 3 fancy flat top dams, or floodgates, once again, depending if you want to be correct, and replacing them with some sluices. But I'll wait until this is picked up before I put the 3rd one in. We've got these sluices that close above 0% contamination, so we need to close these ones below 0% contamination. 1% contamination. I don't think we can get to below 0% contamination, so yeah, close below 1%. So the second there's clean water, these sluices close, these ones open, and we crank away, irrigating and slurping till we're heart's delight. Yeah, now peeps, let me crank away here, see what sort of mental situation I can come up with, and I'll catch yous back when I'm done. And here we are, peeps. We've got beavers starving and thirsting everywhere. No idea why. There should be big chillin'. We've got loads of food. Look at all of this food stacked up, man. And we've even got loads of water, including some freshly chilled underground water there. 2,400 of it. And it only took us a handful of days to build. It was quite the design and project, like. Look at our automated slopers. I crammed in as many water wheels as possible up on the top of the river here. Just a casual 3 of them down here to supply some superfluous power. But this bottom bit was all about cramming in as many automated water slopers as possible. And a little bit of bonus storage as well. And yeah, now beavers, 17.2 days. This is your maximum priority jobby. Now I do want to try and be a bit clever when it comes to some of these priorities for these things. You know, we'd like to get this power shaft built before blocking access to it. You know, little things like that. But as you can see here, our power network for the power wheels are all connected all the way up the river. From this very first strike up here to the very last strike out of the back here. Which is pretty clever, like if I do say so myself. It's taken a little underneath the platform path, skirting around, coming up. It comes up here, connects these 2 together. And then over here, like I've already shown, we've got a little T run the side. I just love the fact that every single water wheel and automated water slurper is connected together, power-wise. Almost as much as I love these. Oh yes, let's go! It's ladder time! I mean, I have just max and prioritised all of that, so I may have to bring the priority down on all of that. You know what, actually, nah. The water is the most important thing. We should definitely get that up and running before we start making more beaver hoses. Oh, and one more thing. I wanted to delete this little water tank here. We didn't like the medium tanks. They're a bit meh. I wanted to see beavers stop planting crops there and start blowing it down. Let's have ourselves a quick triple check. The beavers can access every single one of these water slurpers here. It's all gonna be tickety-boo. We've got 8.1k food, 5.9k water for 16 days. We may well be alright. I can even see we've got 3 potential grafters there we're now today. Therefore, let's slap another builder's hut on here. Ooh, and look at what we have here. We got a spinny door excavator, that means. Oh, the beavers are making progress up in here. And they picked up the bit rubble. Meaning I can clean this in, or seal this in, depending on if you want to speak English correctly. I got like the 5th or 6th time this episode I've done that, you know. That is nae good, like, whatsoever. How's the water level doing in the little canal here? Oh, bloody perfect. We're not up the top with loads of pressure and that. It's exactly what I wanted it to be. Because I want the beavers to blow up this bit of dirt here. And of course, plop an impermeable floor on top. Because if you haven't figured it out yet, this is gonna be a big old water tower storage system. As well as a good bit more than that too. Ooh, the beavers aren't messing about, are they? Let's get some kabooms. Farmers, stay away. We're blowing the bloody hole up. And there's the hole. Ready for another load of TNT. Oh, that's only height 1. Let's not waste all the materials. Let's get down to 1. Peeny-leeny bit of TNT. And then for the rest of it, we're going to have to wait for this to go and happen. So, you know, we'll be there. Let me quickly fill this bit of water up to 1. Get all the height we can. aka lose all the height off the top river because we need to do some shenanigans very shortly up in there. But for now, why didn't we enter into a mad little Speedy Up Bit? Hopefully not for the rest of this drought, because we've got a couple of things I want to do before the water starts flowing again. Watch our much needed and very clever automated water sloping system get plunked in one builder beaver banger at a time. And as well, we can watch the beavers banging our bit dot water tank here and all. It'll be an absolute doozy of a Speedy Up Bit. I'll tell you what was a bloody doozy. The beginning of the episode, do you see how much water we absolutely slurped up? I suppose that's the joys of having a million billion beavers, isn't it? You're not really struggling for workplaces and all of the productivity behind building mass projects very quickly. You know, like 15 bloody water slurpers or however many it was. But we are making some fair dinkum progress here. I am absolutely keen. And I bloody hope this is the last time we need to extend this automated water sloping system. Like, I have to proper think about it every time I extend it. Where am I going to put me power wheels and get the most amount of automated water slurpers in there? Not. It's a bloody brain game. Alright, it's time to come out the Speedy Up Bit. We've got 2.2 days remaining and some very important bits of TNT to blow up. Now let's see if we can absolutely empty this top bit into the bottom bit. Will it happen? It looks like it'll happen and it won't overflow either. That is perfect. Right, I want to get these two double floodgates deleted out of here. Replace them with two flat top double floodgates. And look at that, we're even going to be slurping up a bit of water. We're getting close to needing it now. 1.5k water. Damn! That 8k previously before the Who's Next 8 extension would have lasted us, bloody 6 cycles easily. Now we're happy if it lasts for 1. I did a few things during that Speedy Up Bit. We absolutely destroyed the rest of the scrap over here. So I plunked a big ladder stack and some scrap as ever here, so we're pulling that apart. And we were running out of planks, so I plopped a second little planker down. And we've still got no planks. So I think it's time to plonk down a third big old planker here. Oh, that's right. That's why we came with the Speedy Up Bit. We need to delete all of these bits of TNT. Well, not delete, detonate all these bits of TNT here. But you'll probably see, yes, the river starts flowing in there, which is why I wanted as much water out here as possible before we blew that little bit of triple TNT up. So let us real casually speed 4 until this TNT's in. Go on, Beavers, thank you. It's below that up at speed 1. Good old underwater detonation there. And now we've got this 3x3 hole in the ground all the way to the bottom. Why didn't we plonk in big old underground tank? And then before we get too crazy with that, I don't even care about building it right now. I want to get it covered up all the way to where it was. That way the river's doing the usual as it should be, you know? And yeah, look, we've got medium priority, and if we start going up, we've got a maximum priority for our big droughts there. I tell you what, there must have been plenty of water left in the river. I forgot about that! Oh, look at those little monkeys. I mean, beavers forming away there. You know what, I fancy standing on top of this vertical power shaft and doing a big old Speedy Up Bit of getting all this dirt in here. And yeah, nah, sorry peeps, I did kind of mess that up. The camera angle wasn't off until like 3/4 of the way through. But we got our flat bit of ground back. You know what we can do with that? Plonk an underground tank down. I love it. Right, now I am about to cut off a main road. Everything's still accessible. We're not cutting off any access. Beavers just need to take the long way around now. That is until you get this blown up here, Beavers. So speed 4 until that's in. And then speed 1 while we blow it up. And then Beavers, we're going to go straight into another speed 4 until that's in. And we've got cycle 20 beginning. We've even got 918 water. That's a bloody sharp contrast from the start of cycle 19, innit? Yeah, now Beavers, maximum priority that. I will high priority both of these bad lads, but they won't get built until the rest of these automated slurpers are in. And speaking of automated slurpers, looks like we need to maximum priority this bit of power. As an old mate can start slurping away. And I was about to say, if old mate's in, we should be able to get building these two. Maximum priority Beavers. Oh yeah, nah, and these are maximum priority shenanigans as well, Beavers, if you wouldn't mind getting those up and running. Oh, what height did we settle on? Was it 8.5 or 7.5? You know, we'll stick with 7.5. We'll see if it floods or not. Why, and before we get too much water doing the canal here. Oh, hang on. Does that flow out anyway? Oh, no, this is just leftover water. You know what, let's just open this and just let it all happen. All happen at speed 1 while I gone ahead and finish up our automated water slurping system here. Especially since I've got this in. Oh my, Beavers, sluice. We need the sluice in. That is a proper maximum priority number, that. That sluice needs to get in. We're actually never going to get water down in the river without that sluice. What else is maximum priority? Not anymore. Get put back down, because we need Beaver smashing this sluice in. Speed forward until the sluice is in! And of course we're flooding. Why wouldn't we be flooding? We're not doing what we want to do. The Beavers have got basically no water. There's at least some flow, but most of the flow is pushing at the back of the map, and I've got no plugs. Right, that's it. I'm bringing the Beavers doing the 18-hour working days, and I'm gonna hop a wee way along here and chill out in the campfire, because I'm all by myself while I am there. Misuse. Yeah, now peeps, that's actually enough stress for one little Beaver episode, so I'll be catching it in the next one, where hopefully we get the big sluice in to stop pushing water out the back of the map as well as get the rest of the ornament. Toodaloo!